Hey, what's up, y'all? So this video is to let you all know that I made it to the other side, y'all. I did. I was on Found Season 2. I played a doctor. I went through wardrobe. They fed us good. I was eating salmon, steaks, some sort of steak, something. It was crazy. It was the richest set I've ever been on, you know. And I made it to the other side. So one thing is that when this casting call came to me, it was actually my spam mail. So right there, that was a straight up miracle. So when I got on set, actually the first day I didn't make it to picture, right? But I was asked to come back for a second day. So on the second day, I kind of knew the protocol. So I got there, and first thing I knew was, uh, listen, I'm coming up in here, and the I was going to talk to everyone. I'm gonna let everyone know what I do. Now that's not usually what you're supposed to do on set, kinda. You know, you're supposed to kind of be quiet, just play your role. But this set was different. The star of the show, she was just singing. She was like, "What a beautiful morning!" Like when they would cut. So it was like a beautiful atmosphere. So when I got there, everyone was like, everyone was sitting in. I was like, I'm not gonna be here all day and not talk to no one. So I met this girl, this woman, and I was like, listen, how you doing? I'm looking around like, why everybody so quiet? So I just got to be like, I know you're supposed to, well, let me preface this by saying this. I had a small role or whatever. I was an extra, and there's nothing wrong with that. There was this girl actually on set. Don't belittle things. There was a girl on set. First of all, this was the richest set I've ever been on, and it was this girl who, you know, though she was an extra, I was playing the doctor, and she was playing the nurse, and she she got chosen to be in one of these scenes where a man was dying, and they're like, nurse, they run in, and she's up in there like in the whole scene. So she comes out, and we all start celebrating her because we know, sometimes you might get your arm in a shot. You might get your ear in a shot. But she got to be in the whole scene, and that could have been any of us. So don't belittle being an extra. You know, it, I hate when people be like, "Hop, hop, 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 I'm better than you," type of stuff. Stop that. You know what I mean? Everyone's valuable. I knew who I was when I got on set. So I got on set, and I'm like, I'm telling people what I do. I know the flow. So every set you can't do this, but I knew the flow. So I was talking to the woman, and we were there for like 12 hours plus, maybe, yeah, something like that, maybe 13. So I'm there, and I'm talking to the woman, and I'm telling her everything I do. I'm telling her I'm a filmmaker. I know how to work these cameras. I went to film school. Um, I was acting. I've been acting since I was 16. I just never went on any auditions. I always was asked to be a part of a production, whether it was a church production, to be in a short film, starring in my own films, music videos. So I'm telling this lady these things. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm telling this lady these things, and she's like, well, what are you doing over here on this side? Because when you're extra, you're in holding. Now, once again, don't belittle being an extra because you get to be on set. So let me tell you something. The first day I didn't make it, right? the picture. The second day, I made it the picture. Now I'm right there. I'm on set with the star of the show. Like I'm right there. Like I can't explain it. It's just a special moment because I never been right there. You know, I've done my independent film, but when you're on a major NBC network uh, production, it so check this out. So once I got over to the other side, and I'm like, my mind, I'm like, yo, we up in this piece, right? They gave me uh, some, some water, right? Now on our side, Crafty, we didn't have water, but on their side, they had like this bottle of water. So I got this bottle of water, and I'm drinking or whatever, and I come back to the holding area, and I'm like, hey, I made it to the other side. I, you know what this is? This is other side water, because something happened within me. It wasn't really like, you know, something happened in my mind, something happened in my heart. It sparked something in me, and now I have my resume. I've been acting forever. I put together my demo reel, and I have my headshot. So I'm not going to say anything else. So now this is leading me to the next step. Last thing I'm going to say is that I spoke to my boy, Taekwon, right? And I told him about this experience because everyone doesn't get to experience something like that. So I told him about it and I said, yo, I made it to the other side, bro. And I say, even if it was just for one day, I made it to the other side. He says, no, bro. You made it to the other side. That's it. Okay, that's when your mind has to shift. You can't go back to wrong thinking. I made it to the other side. Period. You stay there. It doesn't matter. I made it to the other side. You stay there in your mindset. Now, everything you do, you operate from, okay, when I was on set, this woman was like, why are you, when I was telling that woman, you know what I do. I write children's books. I got 4 children's books. I got short films. I got, uh, Dwight Howard's son was in my film. All this stuff. She's like, we're sitting there. She's like, well, what are you doing on this side? She said, what are you doing on this side? And I'm like, she says, do you have an agent? And a friend of mine, we had a meeting or whatever over the summer. She asked me, Daniel, you ever thought about getting an agent? In my mind, I'm, doing my indie films. I'm doing all this other stuff. It was nowhere near on my mind. I'm a singer songwriter. Uh, I'm in that path, trying to uh, reboot, start over, hey world, whatever. And when I came to Atlanta, I saw a casting call on the news. In New York, you don't see casting calls on the news. So I joined this casting site. They send me something. All of a sudden, I get booked to be on Celebrity Crime File, and I'm playing a forensic specialist. They have some sort of workshop. I join the Zoom call. I get to know about this other casting site. I join it, but during that time when I joined it, for some reason their emails were going to my spam. I didn't know that, so I joined. I checked my spam one day, just like sporadically, and there's a casting call for Found Season 2. They asked me to play a they wanted a photographer. So I said, "Oh snap! I'm first that. I am a photographer, right? I guess because of the glasses, maybe they send me they send me they send me a role for a doctor instead. So they said we want to offer you the role of the doctor. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to play no doctor. I don't look like no doctor. I don't know. But then I was like, yo, they asking you, D, to come on the show. Why are you gonna say that? What do you got? What are you doing better? What do you got going on that's better? I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing going on better. I'm gonna get a check. I'm gonna get to be on set, and I get to be out amongst other creatives. So I said yes. Now the first day I didn't make it I didn't make it the picture. I was disappointed. I was like, oh man, I really wanted to make it the picture, man. And then like a week later, they write me again and say, hey, we want you to come back on and play the doc. The first day we came on set, you gotta understand what this does to a creative. It's like it's a shock of inspiration and things. It was like shocking my brain. Like, don't you know you're an actor? I'm like, don't you know you should be here? And I'm being very dramatic, but it's like these signs because I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't looking for that, but I've been doing this for since what 2001, something like that. No, I was 16 when I was in that play. I'm telling my age, but I've been doing this since about 99, 98, 99, something like that. 99, I think. I was in this play, and I had two lines. You heard Raheem got locked up? What did he do? I heard he sold some drugs to an undercover cop. And that was it. And people started laughing. I didn't know what was going on. Then I started singing. I started singing at 19. And I thought that was it. And then when I'm like, we did some more productions. And then when I was 25, I got asked to play this character. I think his name was John, where I played a alcoholic, a very angry person. And during that time, my acting coaches or whatever, the two directors of the play, they kept pushing me. And I was like, if you know me, like I'm not an angry dude, but they kept saying, do it again. They were coaching me to bring it out of me. And I got angry. I was like, I can't do, I'm trying. Y'all on my back. I'm trying to do this. To the point where they were able to reach me. And then they pulled out that emotion where I'm listening and reacting and also just tapping in. So sometimes people see stuff in you that you don't even see in yourself. So they was able to pull out that emotion in me where I gave them what they were looking for. They wanted angry, I gave them angry. And I was like, I didn't even know I could be angry like that and get loud. I was like, oh shoot, that's how you tap into it. So I did it. I was like, oh yeah. So that was another acting experience. Then I'm in Rep Christ where I'm playing. Yo, we had a real courtroom, and we had a real jail cell. That's unheard of for independent, and we didn't have to pay for nothing. I mean, this is just a journey. I didn't even mean to talk this long, but it all leads up. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna be a singer songwriter. I start filming my YouTube videos. My brother comes to me and says, "Hey, what's up, young filmmaker?" And I'm like, "Who, me?" And then I owned it. Oh yeah, well, yes, I am a filmmaker. Heck yeah. So fast forward 2013, because I was going to school for music and then I stopped. I didn't know what I wanted to do after that. I was like, well, I don't want to go back to for technology, music and tech. I didn't want that. So then my pastor was like, Daniel, when you going back to school? So I was like, I really don't know. But then when my brother said that, I was like, well, I know music, but I don't know nothing about film. So that's when I went to Full Sail University in Florida for film. I went to film school. When I graduated film school, I went back to doing like after school teaching, and then I became a substitute teacher. I don't know, it's like that pushed me so far away from where I was supposed to be. 2000 what? 20, the pandemic come, and I ended up stepping my game up in filmmaking and just studying my lighting more. I don't want to get away from the story, but I made it to the other side. But it's a journey because I know where I belong. I know where I'm supposed to be. So I guess I'll wrap this up here by saying this, right? I thought I was just going to do music. I started acting in front of people before I sung a song in front of people. So I thought I was just going to do music because once I got into music, I realized I didn't know I didn't know I had this strong a gift, right? And then filmmaking came. By the way, when I was 13, I had this black and white video camera that you would plug into the VCR, and it came with a cable. And you plug it in, and you couldn't really go nowhere because that cable was maybe 3 feet. So you like right there, black and white. I would be recording my own video back then. So it's the journey, and sometimes God reminds you, wait a minute, I put this in you. You didn't know, but I'm reminding you. And so I don't know. So it came back, right? So fast forward to the present. I'm in New York. Unexpected, circumstances leads me to Atlanta. And now it's good to go different places because what goes on in New York City sometimes what doesn't go on in New York may go on in Atlanta, and it is right. If I go to Utah, they might have a different culture than so it's good to get out of your comfort zone or whatever and go step somewhere else because you just don't know what's going on somewhere else, right? So I'm here in Atlanta and they doing a casting call on the news. So I'm like, wait, that's when you start saying, wait, I, I can do this because I got intimidated. First day I was on set for that Celebrity Crime Files, for some reason I was mad nervous. I don't know why, but anyway, the jitters eventually left. I was like, oh, I was actually on my scene only took like 5 minutes, and I was like, I was nervous for nothing, but it was so fun. Oh my gosh! But anyway, back to the story. um, it's the journey. So I'm here in Atlanta. They doing a casting call on the news, and I'm sitting there watching Fox, Fox News. Sitting there, I'm minding my business. I'm watching the news, casting call for this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you going to do? You see this information, are you going to respond to it? So I did. And then from doing that, um, that casting director, she did a Zoom call with another with another casting director, and they were just giving out information. And now, because I had the audacity to just listen, I start getting other information. And then one day I go and check my spam mail, and there's a casting call in my spam. I said something a long time ago. I said, ladies and gentlemen, check your spam mail every now and then. There's a treasure in there. Because I found mail that was in my spam that shouldn't have been there. Anyway, I'm wrapping this story right now. All right. So, casting call is in the spam. I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want to be a doctor, but I said yes. And on the first day I came, they take me. On the first day I came, I was sitting down and I was the first one there. People start pulling up, so I met friends at like the first day just by being helpful. Because it was like, where do I go? I knew, well, kind of. Didn't know, but did know. Didn't make it on set the first day. Didn't make it to picture. I was on set in Hope. They asked me to come back. Second day, I was talking to everybody. I was like, look, I knew the protocol. I knew that it was a very loose set where they weren't very strict, right? So I was like, look, hey, you need headshot? I take headshots. They didn't have tea bags there, right? So I was like, cause I'm a hustler, right? I was like, next time I go, I'm buying a pack of tea bags. I hope no casting directors. I was like, I'm gonna buy a pack of tea bags. I'm gonna bring it on set and be like, $1, $1, $1. All right, maybe not. We'll see if I do that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. The hustle is the hustle, baby. So I'm a photographer. So I took my own headshots. I can take my headshots anytime I want. Now listen, I've done these things, right? I have a resume. I have a demo reel, but I didn't know the protocol. When I was a basketball player back in the day in school, I had bad grades. I didn't know the protocol that, yo, D, you're going to need good grades if you want to play basketball. So in my mind, I was just like, I'm going to be a ball player, but I didn't know the protocol. The same thing with being an actor. I knew I could act, but I didn't know the protocol. But now I know. Knowledge is power, y'all. I made it to the other side, and I'm not going back. I'm going to take this knowledge, and I'm going to use it. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I made it to the other side. You pay attention and shift your mind, and you declare it to you that you made it to the other side. So I told my boy I made it to the other side, even if it was for one day. I made it to the other side. He said, no, you made it. You stayed it. That's what I'm doing. Yo, I thought I was gonna talk for like 5 minutes. It's about 25 minutes. Uh, that's it. That's all I got. Kind of talking anyway. I made it to the other side. Hope that encourages somebody. Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you next time. DSYD Creative. That's my company. And I just like to inspire people. God is good. Listen to the Lord when He speaks to you. He speaks sometimes different ways. You got to know His voice. His voice is kind and leads you in the way you should go, right? So I think that's what I've been doing, just listening. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still talking. I'm talking. I'm ending this video. We almost at 25 minutes. Um, Till next time, I'm your boy Daniel Stewart. Some people call me Young Decent. DSYD. Determined success, your destiny. Stay inspired. I'm your boy. Peace.